practicing.
Yeah, he is. We're not cutting it.
Please cut it.
Welcome.
No. This is embarrassing.
Oh, we missed you guys.
Yeah, we missed you.
We are doing very similar to our lists, our most watched video that we had so far, but we are doing crew chiefs.
Crew
Crew
chiefs.
chiefs, yeah. So we kind of went over a little different format, but we went over same list. Aggressive.
I forgot.
We went over. We have some same drivers, so you want to just start off drivers that we have together.
All right, crew chiefs.
Crew chiefs. Sorry, crew chiefs that we have
Crew
together.
chiefs.
Crew chiefs.
Yeah.
We're doing a crew chief video.
That's what I said.
Yeah, crew chiefs. Gosh. No. Anyways. Yeah. I got. I think we got Chad. Yeah.
Okay. We'll start off with the big guns.
Yeah, we got to go with Chad.
Okay. Chad
Knaus.
Knaus.
He just got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
That's true.
He is.
That is true. Not by a unanimous vote.
No.
Hot topic.
Very, very hot topic. I mean, it's a little understandable with Chad. But
Yeah. Jimmy was the main deal. But yes.
Yeah. Whoever those four people are.
They're going to release the names.
I
day.
hope. And then we're going to have a whole episode roasting those four people.
Okay. Yes. Let's do that.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Anyways.
We're going to find out personal information.
Yeah,
Get real personal with it.
Oh my God. We're going to dox them.
Okay. So starting off our list of greatest crew chiefs. We think greatest crew chiefs.
Yeah. So Chad
Knaus.
Starting out with Chad Knaus.
Yes.
Newly inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
7-time Cup Series champion with Jimmy Johnson.
81 victories as a crew chief.
82 victories.
82 victories as crew chief.
81 with Jimmy Johnson and 1 with William Byron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Got William his first win at Daytona in the Coke 0400, I think it was. Yeah, it was the last race.
Oh my God! Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
right before the playoffs. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has quite the career. I would recommend if you want to learn a little more about Chad Knaus, the Dale Jr. Download episode that he did.
Oh my God! Yes.
With Chad was really cool. It was a really good episode.
Yes.
Good, Chad kind of goes through his whole career and how it all started out and everything. He just started out as a shop hand.
Yes.
And for the 24 team, I think.
Really very cool, progression from starting off as that to winning 7 championships and being in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, which is very cool.
Yeah, he kind of did everything. It was
he
one of the best to do the crew chiefing for sure. He knew how to get the most out of a car for his driver.
Yes.
And
definitely knew how to bend the rules.
Oh, definitely. He knew how to read between the lines.
Yeah. I will say, obviously, I know I've shit on Chad Knaus a bunch of times for being a cheater. He's now works at Hendrick as...
Vice President of Competition.
I thought it was Director of Competition, but yes, VP of Competition.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to say that he's creative with the rules.
Yeah, creative. That's a more PR friendly way of saying it.
I want to get my Hendrick PR on with my vest and my crisp shirt and talking about Chad Knaus.
Chad Knaus, I would say easily, hands down, belongs on this list.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, this is in no particular order.
No,
we just started with Chad Knaus.
That's the first person I have on my list.
Okay, so Chad Knaus is an obvious one. Going to maybe Larry Mack?
Larry Mack.
Okay.
Yes.
That's who we both have on our list, too.
So if you follow NASCAR on Fox, especially, he's
America's crew chief.
He's America's crew chief.
Yes.
He is the crew chief commentator on the Fox broadcasts. Does a lot of stuff with what is it? Race Hub? Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Race Hub.
I think he has a Sirius XM show that he does. Mm-hmm. He crew chiefed from...
He's been in the sport for literally ever.
For a long time.
Yeah.
From 1985, he started crew chiefing.
1985, yep.
Yeah. And crew chief until 2000.
23 wins?
23 Cup wins.
Yep, that's
21 poles, 122 top fives, and 209 top 10 finishes as a crew
Ayo.
chief. I think the coolest thing, especially recently, what was it? 2022, yeah. He crew chiefed for Jeffrey Earnhardt at Talladega.
Yes, at Talladega.
Got him the pole and ended up finishing second. And that was his first time crew chiefing in 20 some years, I think. Yeah. And he's also the crew chief for Dale Earnhardt's one and only Daytona 500 win in 98. So, yeah, he's been a part of a lot of NASCAR.
A lot of really big wins, yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, and he's very knowledgeable. He's very good at explaining.
Yeah. Larry Mack is awesome.
Yeah,
for sure.
I love listening to Larry Mack talk about
the trends. He's always like, knowing like when the last caution comes out. He's like full of fun facts.
Yeah, fun facts, explaining the car.
Kind of like Mike Joy, but like obviously we're not talking about that. But like I feel like the old guys, they always have like weird random facts. So
I kind of want to hear more on the broadcasts, like in race broadcasts.
Yeah,
like when he did a couple of those this year, that was really cool.
Like more a part of like the whole thing instead of just like an analyst. I think that's what they call him, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
Cool. Good. All right. Larry Mack down.
Yeah.
Another one that we have in common, Greg Zipadelli.
Greg Zipadelli.
Zippy.
Who's Greg Zipadelli?
Yeah. So, he started with JGR in 1999, partnered with that season's Rookie of the Year, Tony Stewart.
Okay.
So, which I thought was very cool. They won 3 races together in their first year and the 2002 and 2005 championships. Yes. So, that was super cool. Actually, together they had the 3rd longest running crew chief driver relationship with 356 races. So I thought that was really cool. Obviously behind, Richard Petty and his crew chief Chad Knaus, Jimmy, all that. So
yeah.
He's now the director of competition at SHR. So
oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
All in all, won like 34 races, 2 championships as a crew chief. So,
damn.
Yeah.
Very accomplished.
Yes. Yeah, he's very cool. I most know him for Tony Stewart.
Yeah,
That's my.
Who else did he crew chief for?
I don't know who else he crew chief for. I actually should look at that. I want to say he only did like random.
Just one off.
Oh no, it was Joey Logano. He stayed with JGR and was crew chief for Joey Logano for a year after Tony Stewart started his own team, and then went to SHR. After that,
you got to stick with Tony Stewart.
He literally followed Tony Stewart to SHR, but he was obviously employed by JGR, so I think he stayed because, as we all know, Sliced Bread took over for Tony Stewart, whatever. So, which was a big deal because, obviously, like Joey Logano landing in the 20 car, that was after Stewart moved on. So, yeah. So, who else next? Maybe
Rodney Childers.
Rodney Childress? Okay.
Rodney Childress.
Current
crew chief for the number 4.
For the number 4.
Kevin Harvick.
Plans for next year unknown, I think, for him. Yeah. I don't think he's going to stick with Josh Berry, right?
I don't know. I feel like maybe.
I don't know about that.
I could see him maybe sticking around for a year, getting everything set up for the team.
It sounds like he's sticking around.
He's sticking with Josh Berry?
Chances are it's going to be on the 4 car.
Yeah.
They they didn't say explicitly.
Same team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has a really awesome career, like Coca-Cola 600 and
he has a very long relationship with his driver, just like Zipadelli and Knaus. Actually won the championship his first year crew chiefing for Kevin Harvick in 2014.
In 2014, they won the championship,
so.
Cup Series championship. Yeah, it was cool because I know that when Kevin Harvick came over to Stewart-Haas, Stewart was like, if you come race for me at Stewart-Haas, you win a championship, and it was shortly after. So it was very cool.
Mm-hmm. Do you have Cliff Daniels on your list?
I do have Cliff Daniels on my list. Reluctantly, I have Cliff Daniels. I'll let you cover it.
I like Cliff Daniels, not because I like Kyle Larson or I like the 5-team or anything. But I think he's probably the best crew chief. I could argue that he's the best crew chief in the garage right now, just overall leadership-wise.
He's on my list. It's fine. I don't have to like him, but I agree. But
won the 2021 championship with Kyle Larson first year together.
Yep.
I would say like the most pivotal moment for me being a Cliff Daniels like on the list kind of thing was probably the Coke 600 a couple of years ago when Kyle Larson just messed up his car. Then the car broke and they had to fix the car, and then they were like 2 laps down at one point, and then
they rallied hard.
Yeah, Cliff Daniels gives this speech halfway through the race over the radio and is just like rallies the team, and they ended up finishing in the top 10 after all of that crap that happened.
Just a crazy run. Yeah. I agree. I put him on the list obviously for reasons like that. He was crew chief for Jimmy Johnson before he became the crew chief for Kyle Larson. Just shit the bed with Jimmy Johnson. I mean, that was like my big deal of like why, you know what I mean? Because I don't think he could handle what was going on with Jimmy Johnson. Admittedly, Hendrick wasn't that competitive either at that time, so maybe that's it. Maybe it was just a combination, but then he got with Kyle Larson and all of a sudden the magic happened. So
to me it seemed like Jimmy was leading him, or like trying to give him confidence instead of the other way around.
It really was.
When he started crew chiefing for Kyle Larson, he started doing speeches.
He all of a sudden came out of nowhere
more
with
of the
his
leadership role.
Yeah, for sure. It was almost like he was like intimidated by Jimmy Johnson, right? And so like that's where I started off very much not liking Cliff Daniels when he was crew chiefing for Jimmy Johnson. Also, can't even pull out a win with the 7-time championship in his last season. Can't figure that out. Like, embarrassing. But then, I mean, really though. But then whatever.
We all wanted it.
Yeah, we all wanted it. I mean, come on.
I know. Yeah. I think Hendrick should have put a lot of money into just making sure that happened.
If they put 1/4 of what they put into the stupid ass 9 car every week into Jimmy Johnson's last season, he could have gotten a win.
Oh no.
Willie B down.
Willie B down.
Okay, we're good.
It is the summer.
He's mad. He's mad about what I'm. Oh!
Okay. Okay. Rude. Okay. We got to win this summer. I don't care. You know
a rain delay win.
Hey, a win's a win. All right?
Hey, it is a win during the summer, but...
It was a pity win, but that's...
The weather...
Pity win? Pity win?
Go back and rewatch it.
Oh, please.
Go back and rewatch it.
Get out of here.
With fresh eyes. Go back and rewatch it.
I don't want to hear it. I've waited.
I was just going to say the weather...
5 long years for this season.
That wasn't summer weather.
And then you guys just... I finally get to enjoy a winning season, and you guys just got to shit on it.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm saying my facts are my facts. That William Byron is good in the spring, and he falls off the face of the earth in the summer. That's historically what has happened.
No.
Facts are not insults. It's not an insulting fucking thing. This is like what I'm just saying. We're off topic.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's okay.
It was just a jab. It was a funny opportunity.
It was funny.
Yeah. Funny.
At Jared's expense.
At my expense.
Okay, back on track.
Back on track.
We covered Greg Zipadelli, Rodney Childress, Chad Knaus, Ray Evernham?
Not yet. But
Cliff Daniels. We were talking about Cliff Daniels. All right, we're done with that one.
Yeah.
Now. Okay. Ray Evernham.
Ray Evernham. So he was the crew chief for the 24 team.
Yes.
Jeff Gordon, way back in the day.
What did they call? They did the whole thing on Jeff Gordon's car. What did they call his like most winningest car that he had?
Was it Black Betty?
It was something like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was like a name for it, and then they tried switching it out on him.
Yes.
And he like immediately knew that the car was different.
Yeah, it was such a cool thing. I need to rewatch it. I forgot.
Yeah.
But yes, I loved it. Obviously, like most recently, he was co-owner, started like SRX series with Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
A couple other people, I forget who it was, but. He's not doing that currently, but I thought that was like a really cool project for him. He was like during the first season of SRX, like in there, like working on all the cars. He was like never on TV or saying anything. He was just kind of in the background doing his thing. But yeah, so he was. Obviously, Jeff Gordon's crew chief won 3 championships. 3 championships
with him. 47 races. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2018 as a crew chief. Yeah, one of the most accomplished ones.
Yeah.
I would say he was like the precursor of Chad Knaus. He was Chad. He was that era's Chad Knaus, crew chief wise. Like
crafty,
very crafty. Knew what he was doing. I mean, Chad Knaus worked under him in the 2014.
Yes,
and then was also. I read that Chad Knaus was the right rear tire changer for the 24 back in the day.
You know, Chad Knaus is cool like that because sometimes you'll see him like, you know, get like when he was crew chief, like getting down in like the pits and like, you know, off the box.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Doing that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. I actually do see Cliff Daniels doing that too, as we're talking about Cliff
Daniels. Ray also, I think he ended up leaving he had his own race shop, I think. Everham.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I was reading about that. I forget what it's called though.
Right. I think it was Everham Motorsports or something.
I got it pulled up here. Gordon Evernham Motorsports, and then it just turned into Evernham Motorsports.
Yep. I don't know if they were very successful.
I think out Bill Elliott's race shop.
Yeah. They had Bill Elliott along for it. I don't know if they did too well or anything. I think they ended up closing up at some point, but you know, he tried some things. Was involved in the sport. Now he has a SRX. He's a co-founder of that.
He's still but he's not involved in it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No?
Well, actually, it's funny because I actually learned that someone tweeted him about something. Obviously, you know, SRX is with the Paul Tracy and like the da-da-da that happened this year, which is so cool. We have one race left, so.
Yeah.
But someone tweeted at him and was like, hey, what's up with this? And he's like, oh, I haven't been involved this year in SRX. He was just kind of like getting them kicked off, and then.
Oh, okay.
Well, he
I don't know.
Helped design the car.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, design the car.
I think once the car was established, he's like, all right, guys, I'm out.
He's out. Yeah.
Just an investor, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first year he was obviously very heavily involved. Like you could see him in the background doing. Working on the cars, and you know they were still trying to figure it out, you know, in the first year. So, but it's so cool. SRX is so awesome. Like I've had such a good time.
Really like the look of those cars and how they race. They've been racing very well.
I know. I love
This is my protest for a SRX diecast. 124, please.
Yes, 124.
If you're listening.
Yes, if you're listening.
Get on it.
Oh my God. And not only that, I see like on Reddit all the time, everyone's always asking for it. They would make so much money off of those diecasts.
For sure.
That'd be so cool.
They would be cool diecasts. I mean, it's a cool looking car.
It's such a cool looking car, especially now this season in SRX, they have like actual sponsors on the car. The first year, not really. I mean, some, but not really. For the most part, they all look kind of the same. And they got a title, Camping World, obviously, now, which is super cool. But now it'd be awesome because they have, like, all these different sponsors. So, like, I don't know. I think it would look cooler than even, like, the first year that they did it. But anyway.
So what's Ray doing now? Is he retired?
Says he's not doing anything right now. Probably just, like, hanging out. He's pretty old. I mean, he's 65. What? Why are you laughing? He's pretty old. He's 65. Okay, that's not old.
I don't think that's old.
A shitload of people retire at 65. That's retirement age.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Yeah, no, I think he's done everything.
Put in his time.
Yeah, no, he's definitely like done.
Well, I didn't know if he had a cushy job, like a vice president of.
Not that I could find that he's not doing nothing. I think he's just hanging out.
I think once he got the Hall of Fame thing, it was like, you know what? I have nothing else to prove. I'm out. I'm done.
That's fair.
I thought SRX was more like a passion project for him too.
Yeah.
You know, so like, which obviously it is for Tony Stewart too. But yeah, all right. So we have covered almost everyone we have together. Oh, we covered Larry Mack. Adam Stevens is our last one that we have in common.
Yes.
That we put on our list together.
Adam Stevens.
I love Adam Stevens so much. He really like reined in Kyle Busch, I felt like.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you know.
Yeah. 2 championships with him.
Yeah.
Especially a 2015 championship. Like,
God, that was
we talk about how Kyle Busch like had that amazing comeback, but for Adam Stevens to like be able to
lead him through that, and not only that, but like Kyle Busch is a pain in the ass. Okay, everybody knows that about Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch knows that about Kyle Busch, but I think listening to them together, that was always so cool. Like how he would I mean, obviously they ended up like drifting apart even while Kyle Busch had his last couple years at JGR, but like listening to them on the radio together, I liked that, you know, because I felt like he was always like such a good leader that he was like, no, we're going to do this. And like you said, 2015, I think really proved that to everyone, because Kyle Busch was different after he came back after the broken leg. Obviously that was like when Brexton was born, you know, but they missed over half the season, rallied back to come back and win the championship.
You want to know what else was crazy about that season?
Yes.
That was Adam Stevens' rookie crew chief season.
Dude,
he's one of 2 crew chiefs to win a championship.
Who's the other one?
I can't remember, but it was back in
forever ago.
1980 something, I think. It was forever ago. So yeah, it was. I think 1982 crazy. Was the first time that ever happened. So yeah, I mean, dude is a great crew chief.
So great.
Yeah.
I need to take a page out of his book. My aspiring job is a crew chief. So that's what I want to do when I grow up.
You know.
So, but Adam Stevens was apparently in North Carolina going door to door, handing out resumes with race shops, trying to get a job. So yeah, I think I just need to, you know, go and rally and like
just go
pull an Adam Stevens, you know, fucking A.
No, you know, he not only that winning championships as a crew chief, but he was also the car engineer for Tony Stewart back in the day and won the 2005 championship as car engineer. Yep. I mean, dude is quite accomplished as a crew chief and definitely deserves to be on the list.
Yes. No, he's awesome. And currently still winning races because he is currently crew chiefing for Christopher Bell at JGR on the 20 car. So very cool.
All right.
That's who we have left in common. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my own. You have 3.
You want to start out?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay. So one who I have on the list, who I think definitely deserves to be on the list, is Tony Gibson. So Tony Gibson, he's an old school crew chief. He's worked with the likes of Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Newman, Michael Waltrip, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and I most recently know him from working with Kurt Busch. So just super old school, obviously been around, worked with all these different, you know, race teams, whatever. He has big wins, Daytona 500, Southern 500. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to definitely give him a shout out because I think he's retired now. He retired from Stewart-Haas. So he got his last win with Kurt Busch.
Okay.
Yep. And then obviously Kurt Busch, like pre-2311 when Kurt Busch was at SHR. I think he came out of retirement to do one celebrity shot race, but I don't remember with who. Might have been Kevin Harvick at Stewart-Haas. Okay. When Rodney Childress was suspended. One celebrity shot race. I can't remember. But anyway, he has a ton of wins. You know, big wins too. So, but retired now. He's old too, and that's okay to say. Okay.
I think I remember his, was it Daytona 500 win with Kurt Busch?
Yeah. Yes, he got the Daytona 500.
Yeah, that was amazing to watch. He was so excited.
So excited. Yeah. God, what year was that? 2011.
I don't remember.
I forget. I don't remember what year that was. But yes, he did win that, and he was so excited. I think he had some health problems.
Yeah, he had some health problems. Yeah. I think it sounded like he knew he didn't have many races left. And
like hit the shot of him on the box. Like he was so excited, you know.
So much energy. He's been waiting a long time for that.
He was, yeah. So he's very cool. All right, you go.
All right. Well, I had to because he's my driver's crew chief, but Rudy Fugle. I mean, not only as a Cup crew chief, he's gotten 6 out of the 7 wins with Willie B that Williams gotten in the Cup Series. Started crew chiefing with him in 2021. Stole him from Kyle Busch Motorsports, which is where William and Rudy first met, because way back in the day, William Byron started out in the Truck Series at KBM back when they were Toyota. Well, it was
2016, but
Wow. 2018 was his rookie Cup season. Sorry. Yes, 2016. Thank you.
Yeah, we actually went to Pocono in 2016. That was William Byron's debut in the Truck Series, and we got like a ton of pictures of him because he came on the Truck Series like into the picture in the Truck Series and was just so huge from like the first time that we started watching him. Like everyone was talking about this kid who was iRacing and came in the Truck Series and obviously just like dominated Truck Series, went into Xfinity the next year, you know. So we really watched like the very quick rise into Cup. But yes, he did race for KBM, which was, I thought, interesting. Yeah, they got went to Chevy because, you know, I thought Toyota was going to snipe him up.
Yeah, Toyota really let that one go for whatever reason. But they got 7 wins in the Truck Series together and almost got to the championship, but then an engine blew and that was the end of the Truck Series championship. But yeah, they had a good rapport together, and Hendrick ended up convincing Rudy to switch over, and they've been pretty successful over the last few years together. So yeah, I thought the
beginning of probably a very long and successful relationship. So. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Another one I have is Darian Grubb, who I personally love so much. He actually started off as a Hendrick engineer on the 48. He filled in for one race for Chad Knaus and ended up winning the Daytona 500 with Jimmy Johnson. So
wow.
He won as a fill-in crew chief.
That's wild.
He won the Cup Series champion in 2011 with Tony Stewart, which is
another one.
Awesome. Of those. That's where I remember. That's where I started knowing Darian Grubb from. I actually didn't even know about that. That was when I was like doing some research. But I remember watching him in 2011. Obviously, work through Stewart, and that season was crazy. Watching the 2011 championship. First off, it was 1 point between him and Carl Edwards. Right, that was that year. It was so amazing, and then obviously Stewart kind of shit the bed the first part of the year. So Stewart is like the opposite William Byron. But like seriously, he like this is like trend for Tony Stewart. He was like not great in the beginning part of the year, and then he would heat up like late summer, and then during the playoffs they won a shitload of races.
Yeah, was that the season where he like won like 6 of the 10 chase races?
Yeah, and obviously the format was like a little weird, but it was still okay. Yeah. So anyway, 2011 Cup Series champion. He raced or was crew chiefing for Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards, kind of staying, working with JGR. He's a technical director for Hendrick Motorsports currently, or was for in like the late 2000s. He was William Byron's crew chief in 2018. Yep, we just found that out. And then most recently won with SVG at the Chicago Road Course. He was the legendary for SVG. Yeah. So obviously SVG's first ever start. Yeah. Shane Van Gisbergen was first start.
You said it right.
Yes, of course I did.
Very, very nice. It's not that hard.
No, it's really not. I'm wearing my SVG shirt today to talk about it. But obviously SVG's first start ever in a Cup car, and then won on his first start ever. So, and Darian Grubb led him to that. And obviously with no stage breaks, there is obviously stage breaks, no cautions at the stage breaks. Strategy is huge in the road courses nowadays. So I thought street course, whatever. So I thought that was like an exceptionally impressive win. Yeah. So I believe he's crew chiefing today for SVG as well on Project 91 for Trackhouse. So, that's Darian Grubb.
Okay, smokes. All right. Yeah. That's impressive. That 2011 run is crazy, and the SVG thing is crazy. So that's 2 crazy things that man is responsible for.
I know, right?
That's mind-blowing.
Dude, and he's like not well known. Like I knew him from obviously watching all that, but he's not really well known.
I think that's why I'm so shocked. He just took me to school. I didn't know very much about him.
No, I didn't either. No. So that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. We're taking here to learn. Bitches to school.
All right. Well, I added this one because I enjoy his color commentary over the radio.
I hate you for that.
James Small, man. Dude's from Australia. He's got the funniest comments on the radio.
Okay, he makes me believe that I could be a crew chief. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm way too crass to be a crew chief. Like, they would not let me anywhere near it. But, like...
Yeah, and then you hear him
Then you hear this guy, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not going to go too deep into his comments. But...
I'm just kidding.
At Darlington this year, he said to Truex at the beginning of the race, let's give him a good old school skull fill in the blank. Fluffing. Oh, yes. We use fluffing.
Good God.
Fluffing. We got to keep it PG here, you know.
Didn't get that memo, but
no. Okay. Sorry.
No, but yeah, I would say as a Truex fan, James Small really pissed me off when he first came on the scene.
Yeah, he's
replacing my Bay, who I was gonna say for last, but I guess I can just go off into Cole Pearn. So Cole Pearn is my personal favorite crew chief ever, and that's for obvious reasons. I think he was well known in the garage for being probably one of the best crew chiefs, but replacing Cole Pearn, he had big shoes to fill, but I think James Small really, especially this year, we went winless last season with the 19 car. Yeah. He obviously worked under Cole Pearn. He was a car chief for well, it wasn't in the 78, it was only in the 19, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, worked under Cole Pearn for a year. Has a lot of experience, but I think like what upset me about James Small was I felt that he wasn't ready to be a shot caller, and he wasn't ready to sit on top of the box and make the hard calls.
Oh, but I mean, we've seen it.
Yeah.
Over the
he shit the bed numerous times,
Richmond,
right?
This year,
right? Just throwing it away on strategy alone, right? And so like their career could be even better than it is right now. I would say this year, I don't know what happened this year. I think that their win right off the bat.
I think that Richmond debacle with the not telling Truex that he was on scuffs really changed the course of things for them.
Okay. Good God, do not get me going on that.
Yeah, that was.
Rip James Small right off your list. But
I'm not. I said it right away. He's not on the list because I think he's a great crew chief. He has yet to prove that.
Yeah.
It's more.
He's been doing all right though. He's really cleaned it up. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I mean they have 4 trips to victory lane, 3 points paying races, obviously with a win at the Clash also. But
yeah.
So far this year, so cleaning it up.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you got to build that rapport with the crew chief and the driver and the team. So
Martin doesn't really seem that crass either. So,
but he's been crass on the radio.
Yeah, with him. And then you see them together, and you're like, he seems like a wholesome dude. And then you got James Small over here, and you're like, how does that work? But
I don't know. But yeah.
But yeah, okay. So Cole Pearn, I guess. So
anything else about Cole Pearn you'd like to school us on?
Yeah, he's the first Canadian crew chief.
First Canadian?
Yeah,
I knew he was from Canada.
In the Cup Series.
I knew he was from Canada.
First Canadian crew chief in the Cup Series. So on 12/3/2014, on my birthday in 2014, he got promoted to crew chief of the 78.
Okay.
So that was
birthday present ever.
Best birthday present ever. Is beautiful. And then 2015, they won their first race together at Pocono. So that was kind of the beginning of their really just amazing partnership that they had together, right?
Yeah.
So like I think a lot of people don't really realize what Cole Pearn was able to do, because while he only won 1 championship and the races whatever 2015, 16, 17, 18 and 19 with Truex, so 5 years winning seasons, and switching teams to obviously JGR in 2019, the 19 and 19, that was my, the big deal. But with the 78 team, that was a 1-car, massively underfunded team. And so I think for those of you that don't, know about the whole, underdog story that happened, but even making, the, championship 4 and where they finished all those years. So winning 1 championship, but finishing in the championship 4 in the standings. I mean, 4th, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, you know what I mean? It's it was and underfunded the whole time, right? Yeah. It's not like he's racing for Hendrick, JGR, Penske. It's this team that didn't have anything. So I think Cole Pearn is especially impressive for that.
Yeah, no, that was an impressive stat back when we did the driver list, and I was looking at Truex's stats over those years in the 78 and how close they were to championships year after year, and knowing
they made the championship 4 every single year, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19,
and being able to do that with an underfunded team is it's very difficult to do. The hierarchy of NASCAR and
going
up against those big teams.
NASCAR does not love the single car teams. Okay, let's be real.
It is a.
But Furniture Row really put that shit on the map for like the underfunded small teams, you know, making them realize that it was possible.
It is possible.
Not only that, but with a Toyota, who already currently today, there's only 6 Toyotas in the whole field. At that time, there was only 5. There was a 4 JGR car and 1 car for Truex, right? They added a second car. Eric Jones drove the 77 along with the 78 for Furniture Row for a little while. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know if you have anything to add to Colburn. I know you specifically love Colburn. He's an engineer.
I absolutely love Colburn.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously, crew chiefs with engineering degrees are special to me. But I just feel like he left a little too early. I wanted to see what he could do.
Yeah.
For a long-term career, but in the what was it, 5 years that he was crew chief?
So it would have been technically because he joined in the off season of 2014. So
in those 5 years, what he accomplished was absolutely amazing.
Right, and God, he really did retire early. But I mean, I don't know, he's still like filling in, like he's still like involved. He's an analyst for NASCAR currently, so like but he doesn't really, he's not like on TV or at the track or anything.
He
but
stepped in for James Small.
He did. Yeah, that was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Because I got a celebrity shot. I literally barely watched the race. I listened to the radio the whole time so I could hear Colburn, but yeah.
Oh, and his fashion.
Yes. Oh my God. I dressed up as Colburn for Halloween because I love his t-shirt. He's always rocking the t-shirt look. You know, crew chiefs will wear like, you know, the collared shirts, or they'll wear like the fire suits or like whatever. Colburn like originated the t-shirt.
It was
James
James
Small
now Sunday
does.
Every Sunday, just casual Sunday.
Casual Sunday, dude. Like it was awesome. Like the t-shirt with like the patch, you know, the RC1 or whatever, you know, like whatever. So anyway, I was James Small for Halloween. Colburn, sorry.
But I said that James Small now.
James Small,
copies the attire.
Yeah.
So he took the position and he got the uniform too.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
that was part of his contract.
Yeah, right.
It's just funny because I feel like a lot of crew chiefs, they don't ever wear that, but then I love that.
Everyone
that's
looks so professional.
Yeah.
Like, they have their team shirts on and whatever. So
cool. All right, who else you got? You got one more, right?
So I got one more. I decided to throw in a legacy crew chief. I figured if we were going to talk about best crew chiefs, we had to probably put in Dale Inman. He was crew chief for the King, Richard Petty, arguably the most accomplished.
They have the longest running crew chief driver relationship. Yes. So it's Petty and him, and then Chad Knaus, and then Greg Zipadelli and Tony Stewart.
Yep.
Those are 1, 2, 3 for longest.
Like Chad Knaus, he was crew chief for Richard Petty for all 7 of his championships, and those championships being 1964, 67, 71, 72, 74, 75, and 79. Way back in the day. They won 188 races together, which is insane to me. And then Dale Inman ended up leaving, and then he won 5 more races, won another championship with Terry Labonte back in 84. Man,
I love Terry.
He also holds the record for race streak wins, which is 10 in a row.
Wow.
And also that same season, Richard Petty and him won 27 races together
in 1 year,
which is also a NASCAR record.
Oh yeah, that's never going to be broken.
Yeah.
We were already like talking about how these like impressive seasons, like we talked about Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex with like their 8-9 win race seasons. Nobody will ever touch that.
No one will ever touch that.
There's no way.
Or the race streak. I think Kyle Larson got like 4 in a row, and that was like huge.
And it was unheard of.
Trying to get 10 in a row. I can't even.
Shit's just not the same as it was back then, right?
No.
So
everything is track by track, and I don't know. It's just one of those cool things. He's a Hall of Fame inductee as well. 2012 he was inducted in the Hall of Fame. Just probably another one of those like Chad Knaus, Ray Everham kind of crew chiefs.
Just so like
crafty.
Yes,
crafty. Knew how to.
Well, and like
I
was saying, stuff was so different back then.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It just.
Yeah, they were doing so many sketchy things to their cars.
Yes.
Like putting fucking lead pellets in their in the chassis and stuff, and
now
then dropping them.
You get suspended for like 5 races for a piece of tape.
Oh
like,
my
good God,
Or if you mess with the greenhouse area, I still don't understand what the hell that is.
I know. Well, yeah, it's more savage this season than prior seasons, but even like thinking about it, I mean it's
they
wild.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Totally. I love it because you're not going to see that anymore, right? Which, to be honest, unless you're a Richard Petty fan, like, can you imagine being a fan of another driver and having to watch that shit?
Oh, yeah. If that was happening now, that would be so annoying.
That'd be so annoying. I could literally not even imagine watching
a driver
10 weeks in a row.
10 races in a row.
10 weeks in a row. Okay, I got annoyed as shit.
Like,
I'm
not
2
even
weeks
tuning
in a row. Good God, I cannot.
Yeah, that would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
Sit through.
So I know we complain about like the randomness of like the wins nowadays, but I think it's better than that.
Yeah, I feel like it takes more to get those wins than it did before.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's
the competition's tighter, which is cool.
Yeah, it makes it more.
It was like F1 back in the day, kind of.
Yeah.
It's about money.
Yeah. Who had the money? Who had the equipment?
Yeah. It's like Red Bull or whatever they do.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
We don't like F1 over here.
Obviously. Yeah. I also went on a really embarrassing drunken rant about F1, so hopefully that video doesn't resurface, but
well, now they know it exists.
Yeah, now everyone knows it exists, but sorry. I meant it, but I was drunk and incoherent. But okay, so I have 2 left that I wanted to go over, so I'll cover them quick. But
all right.
Paul Wolf. So I know him most from him and Brad Keselowski starting together in 2010. So winning the, at that time, nationwide title, now is Xfinity. But and then the 2012 Cup Series champion with Brad Keselowski. So he stayed with Penske. He is currently still the crew chief for Joey Logano and won the 2022 last year championship with Joey Logano. So
he wasn't crew chief for his first one in 2019.
I think, didn't Brad and Joey switch crew chiefs?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Brad had, oh God, who was Joey Logano's crew chief? Unfair memory test. I forget. Either way, Paul Wolf was with Brad Keselowski, then went to.
Okay. And they've only won
Joey
the one
Logano.
championship.
They won because Joey Logano's other championship came with. Figure it out. Okay, and then my last one that I have is Jason Ratcliffe, who I have always been talking about. Jason Ratcliffe. It's not as great as Darian Grubb, but I've been talking about Jason Ratcliffe in the same light. So he was crew chief for Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and then most recently what I know him for is crew chiefing for Matt Kenseth. So he was Matt Kenseth. He was crew chief for his last year, his last win. Then dropped down to Xfinity Series. And has been running Xfinity Series for the 19 car. They're obviously random driver. Hopefully they fill with a full-time driver in Xfinity next year.
Todd Gordon.
Ryan Truex. Todd Gordon! Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Todd Gordon won the Joey Logano's first championship with him.
Correct.
2020.
I believe so.
Okay. No, 2020 was Chase Elliott.
I'm sorry. It was 2018, the battle, not the war.
Yeah. That still makes me mad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah, how could I forget 2020? Throw up. What a shitty season. Anyway.
I will say, going back to 2020, I liked that we raced like multiple times a week. That was,
when they were trying to like make up and it was like a Wednesday night race and you're like, yes!
It was the best.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool.
Not only that, I actually did really like watching the iRacing. I thought that was very cool.
That was really fun. Yeah. That was a cool thing.
Because they were trying to find ways to like fill the time because obviously nothing was going on.
Yeah, it was like one of the only sports to be able to like get things going and do things.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But overall, I mean.
Yeah, throwback to a lifetime ago.
literally feels like a lifetime ago.
Feels
Yeah.
forever. Yeah.
But anyway, so Jason Radcliffe, so obviously he's filling in Xfinity for the 19 car. Most recently won Ryan Truex. We had to look to find that one. But yes, one with Ryan Truex. Hopefully Ryan Truex gets full-time ride in the 19 next year.
He's getting part-time.
I know. I want it to be a full-time.
I don't think it's going to be full-time.
Oh, so rude.
The sponsorship thing.
And then he won with my boy TG yesterday.
That was,
Indy RC.
They put up a good car.
I know, dude. I know.
Crazy good
I'm saying
car.
Jason Radcliffe is a G. He's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly close up here. Since I brought up Todd Gordon, it says that he is overseeing Legacy Motor Club's part-time Jimmy Johnson's season. So
Oh, yeah.
he's with JJ for now.
Yes, I did know he's not crew chiefing anymore. So
Well, it sounds like
like
he is,
full time.
yeah,
he's not
okay.
full time.
It sounds like he's doing the part-time.
Yeah,
season
because
with
I
Jimmy
think
Johnson.
the crew chiefs for Penske are. It's just Paul Wolf is like the only one. Then they got like some random guy for Ryan Blaney, and then
Jeremy Bolins.
yes, and then Austin Cindric has. I don't know. But I knew Todd Gordon didn't stay with him. But,
Yeah. No, this was a fun like little thing to do. Like yeah, I enjoyed going through and like reading about these crew chiefs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that
being
was fun.
someone who's still relatively new to the sport and getting to go on a history journey of like
Yeah.
who did what back in the day
And there's many more, obviously, that we could cover, you know.
You
so-
really get into the depths of
Yes.
NASCAR.
yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys that do the crew chiefing, they may not be in the car every Sunday, but man, like
Oh,
the
you
things
win
that-
or lose lots of races on top of the box.
Yeah.
For sure.
strategy can
Yep.
be a make or break, and
Definitely.
these guys are probably some of the smartest dudes out there. That's why we say that NASCAR is a smart person sport.
NASCAR is a smart person sport.
Yeah, 100%.
Legitimately.
So, yeah.
So, good.
It's been
All
fun.
right. Well, I think that's all we got. Leave
Yeah.
some comments. Let us know what you think. You want to hear about other crew chiefs, or you like our list, don't like our list. We're open to anything. So,
Yeah.
let us know.
Let us know if you have
Thanks
any
for
other
watching.
things you want us to go
Oh,
over.
yeah. If you want us to cover something else, too,
yeah.
let us know.
For sure.
Okay.
See
Thanks.
ya.